All right, we'll get things started here with Nebraska players. Maya Hargrove, Rick Prince, Callan Haig. For Maya Hargrove, first start of the season tonight in place of Jess Petrie. Jess Petrie was out with illness. Double-double for Maya. Britt with 28 points tonight, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. Questions for the Huskers?
Hey Britt, if I hear on the court it's your birthday.
What did you say?
If I hear on the court that's your birthday.
What's my birthday?
Is it your birthday? No, it's not her birthday.
No?
No.
Sorry, I apologize. I missed it.
Sorry, I have bad hearing.
I'll ask the question now. This is your 7th 20-point game this season. What was so effective for you out there?
I think I was kind of just taking what the defense gave me, just starting off aggressive in the first quarter kind of helped. And I think my teammates did a really good job of finding me in positions to get me good looks and stuff like that. But overall, I think it was a great team win.
Maya, we've talked about your role coming off the bench and the mentality that you have to have coming off the bench playing big minutes. But how did your mentality change coming into this one, getting your first start of the season, and then putting up a double-double?
Yeah, I don't think the mentality changes. I think it's just being ready whenever your number is called, and tonight just happened to be at the tip. So the same mentality that I always have, but I think my teammates did a great job of just all of us coming in, playing off each other, the adjustments, just missing Peach. Like, she's a huge piece of this team, so it was a good win.
Maya, when did you know you were going to start?
Well, kind of when we found out Peach was sick, and I was like, okay. We just kind of prepped, thankfully, our last 2 days with it, but yeah.
This is for anybody. Against Illinois, they really pressed you guys hard in the second half. You had some trouble, but you got over it. Here, you really handled it throughout the whole game, and they did it. What made you guys more effective this time than potentially last game?
I think we talk a lot about just like 5 people wanting the ball, and I think we, in our 2 days of prep, really focused on that. And then to be able to come out and execute that with like changing defenses against Northwestern, that's something we definitely are proud of, and we'll have to take into our next game.
You three specifically didn't get into foul trouble, but Elizabeth did as well. Emily Fisher did, and so did Petra Bozon. When you're getting so many calls against you guys the other way, what's kind of the mindset, either in the paint, around the baseline, wherever it may be?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just have to adapt to the ref's whistle, and if it's going to be touchy, then we have to play with our hands off, move our feet a little bit better, and if they're going to let us play, then we're going to match that mentality. And so just being able to adapt with the flow of the game, I thought the flow was kind of just like stop and start this game with over 40 fouls called, and so just something we had to adjust to throughout the night.
You guys are one of the better 3-point shooting teams in the Big Ten tonight. You hit 11. What was it? What was the feeling out there? The ball just seemed like it was going through the roof every time.
I think it was just, I mean, we have confidence in everyone out there to go and make threes, and I think we were just taking the right shots, collapsing defense, getting good kickouts, and I think shooting with confidence tonight. So it's fun when you're able to play like that.
Hitting the half-court shot helped you a little bit.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was super cool.
It's in Peach's honor. Yeah, Peach, so we had to hit a half court.
How much effort did you put into that half-court shot before halftime? Because it looked like you didn't do anything.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to go that far. It was like low-key online.
It was a good look.
Yeah.
I was like,
You're so strong.
yeah.
I don't know.
This is for any of you three. Coming up, you guys have 3 ranked opponents back to back to back. What are you looking forward to those games?
Yeah, I think we just talk about like what an opportunity it is, and like our focus is going to be on Ohio State. We always talk about like the next game's the most important, so we're excited they play tomorrow night, so we're excited to lock into that and then just take it one opponent at a time, and just what an awesome opportunity kind of take the show on the road.
Grace Sullivan is the second leading scorer in the Big Ten. She's averaging 22 points a game. You guys held her to 16 tonight. What was kind of the defensive process in keeping her down?
I think it was just meeting and greeting her early and pushing her out of spacing, and she likes that over that right shoulder, that fadeaway. It's money for her, so I think just being right up in her face and having a really good left-hand contest when that shot went up, and then being ready to box out, playing the miss. So I think we did a great job of that as bigs, and then our guards did a great job of rebounding down too to help us out.
You guys are 7 for 9 on threes in the first half. It seems like that would be tough to do in practice. What's it like when different people are hitting threes and assisting threes?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun when you can go 7 for 9 in a game, and I think we see that in practice every single day. Like, we're just such a great shooting team, and so just having the confidence to knock those down in the game. But I think great shots come from great passes, and I think we just really exemplified that tonight.
Anything else for the Huskers? Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
guys.
A couple notes for you. The Coach Amy Williams. Coach, would like to make an opening statement and then take questions.
Okay, I thought that our team found a way tonight, and it was just a kind of a different game with flow throughout the game. But any win in this league is hard to come by, and so we're pleased that we were able to overcome some adversity tonight and find a way to fight through.
When did you know that Jess could go?
Probably around 9:30 or 10 this morning. So I think yesterday we knew that it was a possibility, and she did not practice yesterday, but we thought maybe there was a chance that she could still go, and it was probably this mid-morning before we made that call.
Coach, how would you assess you guys broke their press in the second half today?
It was better. It was better. It wasn't necessarily just like smooth sailing, but it was better. I thought we finished the game with 14 turnovers, and but 8 of those combined come from 2 of our post players. So it wasn't necessarily like our guards trying to break the press that were that were as problematic. So I thought it was a step in the right direction. But we're gonna get lots of practice at it this weekend, and we know that we'll be seeing full court pressure, and so we're gonna have to be a little bit better in the next one than we even were today.
Talked about the depth on your team kind of being your superpower, and tonight the depth was tested a little bit as you had a lot of foul trouble, 2 players fouling out. Can you speak to the depth of your team and how being able to get more people in the game?
Yeah, I mean, I thought obviously the depth was tested, having Jess Petrie out of the lineup and then having the foul trouble that we did. I thought both teams, both benches, were having to kind of navigate and manage how are we going to play our kids that have fouls, and so that was a difficult task. But for us, being able to have a player like Emily Fisher who comes in, and I thought she made an and one, she took a charge, she played defense, used her fouls, but just found ways to really contribute for our team. And those are the kind of performances I thought, Claire Johnson came in and gave us some really good minutes today, and just saw some really good things from up and down the roster. Obviously, everything, starts and stops with Britt, going for 28 and being efficient with 10 for 15. I thought she made great reads off ball screens all night. 6 assists, 1 turnover, second leading rebounder. You know, when she rebounds down and we can play with pace on offense, good things happen. So, you know, she was kind of clicking on a lot of different cylinders, but it was really, you know, contributions from up and down the roster that really, I thought, helped us secure this win.
Speaking of depth, can you provide an update on Natalie Potts?
Yeah, I mean, Natalie, I think, you know, in the coming weeks, we'll be, you know, really evaluating some things and seeing kind of where she's at. I think I've just been, you know, continued to be so pleased with the way she just keeps working diligently and just treating every day like tomorrow might be the day that I get back on the court. But I think, you know, over the next coming weeks, we'll see how things go and make some decisions that need to be made.
Going back to Maya, she was your leading rebounder with 11 rebounds. You guys out-rebound them as a team 37-27. What was so impressive just in her performance today?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the most impressive thing is she had to bounce back and forth from kind of guarding 4s, guarding 5s, different defensive ball screen coverages, different, you know, things offensively, if she's in this spot or that spot, or if she's playing with Emily, or if she's playing with Za, or if she's playing with Petra, and you know, her ability to just be flexible and adaptable and to change to whatever it is that our team kind of needs in that moment was the thing I was most impressed with. But we need somebody to really buck up and just take pride in their rebounding, and that's something that we've been looking for more consistent. I told the girls in the locker room, I thought against Illinois we did a pretty good job on the boards in the first half and then not so much in the second half. And then here tonight I thought we were kind of measly in the first half. We had 1 offensive rebound at halftime, and then we came out and had 10 total and 9 more in the second half, and Eliza was crashing the boards, and you know, Claire Johnson getting her hand on one, Logan, you know, gets a tip to Britt that leads to a bucket. Like, you know, just having more contributions on the rebounding end that really mattered. So but our ability to put that together for 40 minutes is going to be critical moving forward.
When you have players that are starting to foul out and you're getting high on the foul counts, what's kind of your mindset when it comes to who's going to replace who when a game is kind of out of reach but also at the same time within striking distance?
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, I think that the biggest thing there is that, you know, we had tonight 4 available forwards that have taken reps or minutes or, you know, throughout this season in those forward positions. So that's obviously where our mind goes first, is like, you know, we're going to have to try to buy this player a little bit of time with this player, you know, here and there. But definitely there were conversations being had about which one of our guards is going to be able to handle going out there if we need to play 4 guards in this ball game.
You focus on paint touches a lot, and you worry about getting touches in the paint offensively and avoiding them defensively. But when you have a player like Logan Nisley, who's 4 for 6 from deep, and Britt Prince 2 for 3, what does that 3-point shooting do to open up the paint for you?
Yeah, I mean, what I feel like, it's the paint touches that lead to quality shots from behind the arc. And you know, we hit 11. Callan was 3 for 6 today on top of, you know, those other 2. Just, you know, Amaya 2 for 5, you know, just pretty efficient from behind the arc. But I think a lot of times we've found that it's when we get to paint touches, the looks behind the arc are a lot more quality looks and a little higher efficient 3-point percentage. So that's something that we really take a lot of pride in. You know, we out paint touched them only by 1 today, so that was not what our goal was for this ball game. But I thought that for the most part, we tried to make things very difficult for Grace Sullivan and for Carolyn Lau to really get loose in transition to get to those paint touches. She got there a couple times off some ball screen coverage where we didn't want to get separated from Sullivan, but a couple other players stepped up for them. But for the most part, I thought, you know, we executed the game plan.
You say this a lot, especially after last game. It's hard to win in the Big Ten. You're now going into 3 ranked games in a row. What are you going to be looking forward to in practice the next couple of days to prepare for Ohio State?
Yeah, well, I haven't really spent a lot of time breaking down, you know, what the game plan will be or anything on Ohio State yet. I know that one of my assistant coaches is well prepared, and will have me kind of working on that later tonight. But But I know that they're going to press us, and our ability to handle pressure and take care of the basketball and stay in attack mode and kind of continue to play with an offensive rhythm with their defensive pressure and intensity. They have like maybe 3 of the top steals leaders in the conference all on one team, and so that's going to be a huge factor in the ball game, and I do feel like being able to do a better job of just defensively locking up and shoring up our ball screen coverages and finishing defensive possessions with box outs will definitely matter.
What was your reaction to when Nisley's 3 went in?
Yeah, it looked good from where I was standing. I was kind of right in line with it. I thought, man, she got a lot of arc on that bad boy, and it just splashed right in there. And I just thought immediately that probably her and her dad Brad worked on that. Maybe her and Garrett, her brother, had several contests to see who could make the most half quarters, but not a shock.
You've had a lot of these last-second half-court heaves, specifically here. Yeah. What are your emotions whenever you see somebody take up a shot? Are you expecting it to maybe have a shot?
Yeah, I say, hey, go for it. Go for it. I mean, Jazz Shelley, I think, was the queen of it. She had several in her career, but earlier this year, Jess Petrie with the 3/4 and now Logan wanting to get in the party.
Anything else for Coach Williams?
Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you.